The ancients believed that the stars held sway over the destinies of men. This belief is understandable. For millennia, humans have looked up at the night sky, marveling at the twinkling lights that seem to dance across the heavens. These celestial bodies, with their consistent patterns and mysterious movements, inspired awe and wonder. They were seen as divine, eternal, and unchanging, a stark contrast to the fleeting and often chaotic nature of human life. After all, the stars seemed eternal, unchanging, and immensely powerful. They were the silent witnesses to the rise and fall of civilizations, the birth and death of countless generations. To the ancients, the stars were not just distant suns, they were symbols of fate and destiny, guiding lights that could reveal the secrets of the universe to those wise enough to interpret their messages. Yet there was another side to this ancient wisdom. Beyond the mere observation of the stars, there was a deeper understanding that the cosmos was interconnected with the human soul. The wise men of old, the sages and scholars, believed that by studying the stars they could unlock the mysteries of existence itself. They saw the universe as a grand tapestry, with each star and planet playing a crucial role in the cosmic dance. It was said that wise men, those who understood the secrets of the universe, could rule the stars themselves. This wasn't a literal control over the celestial bodies, but rather a profound comprehension of the forces that govern both the heavens and the earth. These sages believed that by aligning themselves with these cosmic forces, they could influence the world around them in ways that seemed magical to the uninitiated. This wasn't about physically moving celestial bodies. It was about tapping into the underlying principles that connected all things. The stars, the planets, and the human soul were all part of a vast interconnected web of energy and influence. By understanding this web, the wise men believed they could harness its power for the betterment of humanity. It was about understanding and harnessing the forces that govern both the cosmos and the human soul. This knowledge was seen as the highest form of wisdom, a sacred science that transcended mere superstition. The ancients believed that the universe was a living entity with its own rhythms and cycles, and that by attuning themselves to these rhythms, they could achieve harmony and balance in their own lives. This is where magic came into play, but magic in its purest form was not about spells and sorcery, it was about knowledge. True magic was the art of understanding the hidden connections that linked everything in the universe. It was the ability to see the unseen, to perceive the subtle energies that flowed through all things, and to use this knowledge to bring about change. Magic in its purest form was not about spells and sorcery, it was about knowledge. The wise men of old were not mere magicians, they were scholars, philosophers, and scientists. They sought to understand the natural world and the laws that governed it. They believed that by gaining this understanding, they could unlock the secrets of the universe and use this knowledge to improve their lives and the lives of those around them. It was about understanding the hidden connections that linked everything in the universe. These connections were seen as the threads of a grand cosmic tapestry, weaving together the stars, the planets, and the human soul. By studying these threads, the wise men believed they could gain insight into the nature of reality itself. The wise men of old believed that by tapping into these connections, they could influence the world around them. They could heal the sick, control the elements, and even influence the movements of the stars. This was not done through brute force, but through a deep understanding of the natural laws that governed the universe. They could heal the sick, control the elements, and even influence the movements of the stars. This was the true meaning of ruling the stars. It was about achieving a state of harmony with the cosmos, understanding its rhythms and cycles, and using this knowledge to bring about positive change, and even influence the movements of the stars. The ancients believed that by aligning themselves with the cosmic forces, they could achieve a state of enlightenment and wisdom. This was the ultimate goal of their studies and practices. This was the true meaning of ruling the stars. It was not about domination, but about understanding and harmony. The wise men of old sought to live in balance with the universe, to understand its secrets, and to use this knowledge to improve their lives and the lives of those around them. In this way, they believed they could truly rule the stars. Magic, at its core, is the science and art of causing change with one's will. It is a practice that has been revered and feared throughout history, often shrouded in mystery and misunderstood by many. The essence of magic lies in the ability to harness and manipulate the unseen forces that permeate our world. It is about understanding the subtle energies that flow through all things. These energies are the lifeblood of the universe, connecting every living being and inanimate object in a delicate, intricate web. By tapping into these energies, a practitioner of magic can influence the world around them in profound ways, and learning to direct them towards a desired outcome. This process is not instantaneous. It requires patience, practice, and a deep connection with the natural world. Through meditation, rituals, and focused intent, one can learn to channel these energies effectively. This requires not only knowledge, but also discipline, focus, and a deep understanding of the interconnectedness of all things. The study of magic is a lifelong journey, one that demands a commitment to continuous learning and self-improvement. It is a path that intertwines with philosophy, spirituality, and science. Magic is not about breaking the laws of nature. Instead, it is about working within them, bending them to one's will, through a deep understanding of their underlying principles. This respect for natural laws is what differentiates true magic from mere illusion or trickery. It is about working within them, bending them to one's will, through a deep understanding of their underlying principles. Just as an alchemist transforms base metals into gold, a magician transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary through knowledge and skill. Think of a skilled musician playing an instrument. They don't just randomly strike notes. They have spent years mastering their craft, understanding the nuances of their instrument and learning the language of music. They don't just randomly strike notes. Each note is played with intention, each melody crafted with care. The musician's deep understanding of their instrument allows them to create harmonious and moving compositions. They understand the instrument, the notes, and the theory behind the music. This knowledge is not just theoretical, it is applied with precision and passion, resulting in performances that can move the soul and stir the emotions. They use this knowledge to create something beautiful and moving. Magic is similar. It is the art of using one's knowledge and understanding of the universe to create change, to bring about desired outcomes, and to manifest one's will in the world. It's about understanding the music of the universe and using that understanding to create change. Just as a musician listens to the subtle harmonies and rhythms of their instrument, a magician listens to the subtle energies and vibrations of the cosmos. This is why magic has always been closely associated with both science and art. The scientific aspect provides the rigor and discipline needed to understand the natural laws, while the artistic aspect brings creativity and intuition into the practice. It requires the rigor of the former and the creativity of the latter. Together they form a harmonious blend that allows the practitioner to explore the depths of the unknown and to bring forth the wonders of the unseen world into reality. Like any powerful tool, magic has a dual nature. It is a force that exists in a delicate balance, embodying both creation and destruction, light and darkness, good and evil. This duality is what makes magic so fascinating and, at the same time, so dangerous. It can be used for good or evil, depending on the intentions of the practitioner. The same spell that can heal a wound can also be twisted to cause harm. The same potion that can bring life can also bring death. To heal or to harm, to create or to destroy, magic's potential is vast and varied. It is a tool that amplifies the desires and intentions of those who wield it. This duality is evident in nature itself. A thriving green forest full of life and energy can be reduced to ashes by a single spark of dark magic. Conversely, a barren land can be brought to life with the touch of a skilled healer. This duality is reflected in the many myths and legends that surround magic. Stories from ancient times often depict magic as a double-edged sword, capable of great good and great evil. From Merlin the wise and benevolent wizard to the wicked witches of fairy tales who use their powers for nefarious purposes, magic has always been portrayed as a force that can be used for both benevolent and malevolent purposes. The key factor is the intention of the practitioner. A protective spell cast by a wizard can shield and safeguard, while a curse cast by a witch can bring suffering and misfortune. The intention behind the magic is what truly defines its nature. A thoughtful wizard peering into a crystal ball may seek knowledge to help others, while a sinister sorcerer surrounded by dark energy may seek power for selfish or harmful purposes. A skilled healer, for example, might use their knowledge of herbs and energy work to cure diseases and alleviate suffering. Their intention is to bring relief and healing to those in need. On the other hand, a sorcerer with malicious intent might use similar techniques to inflict pain and control others. Their goal is to dominate and cause harm using the same magical principles for a darker purpose. The tools and techniques may be the same, but the outcome depends entirely on the heart and mind of the one wielding them. A wand, a potion, a spellbook. These are neutral objects. It is the intention and will of the practitioner that imbue them with power. This is why the study and practice of magic have always been treated with caution and respect. Those who seek to master magic must first master themselves, understanding the weight of their intentions and the potential consequences of their actions. The duality of magic serves as a reminder that with great power comes great responsibility. The history of magic is as old as civilization itself. From the cave paintings of prehistoric shamans to the elaborate rituals of ancient empires, there is evidence of magical practices in virtually every culture throughout history. These practices were not merely superstitious rituals, they were often deeply intertwined with the scientific and spiritual beliefs of the time. In ancient Egypt, for example, priests were skilled astronomers, mathematicians, and healers. They used their knowledge of the stars to predict the flooding of the Nile, to heal the sick, and to communicate with the gods. Similarly, in ancient China, practitioners of Taoism developed sophisticated systems of energy work and herbal medicine that are still used today. These examples show that magic was not seen as separate from science or religion. It was an integral part of these systems of knowledge. Early spiritual practices and religions played a crucial role in the development of magic. Many ancient cultures believed that the universe was inhabited by spirits and deities who could influence the natural world. Magic in this context was a way to communicate with these entities, to appease them or to enlist their aid. Shamans, priests, and other spiritual leaders were often seen as intermediaries between the human and spirit worlds. They developed rituals, incantations, and other techniques to connect with these supernatural forces. These practices often involved altered states of consciousness, achieved through drumming, chanting, fasting, or the use of psychoactive plants. In this way, magic was deeply intertwined with the spiritual beliefs and practices of ancient cultures. The ancient Babylonians were renowned for their astronomical observations and astrological predictions. Their priests, known as Asipu and Asipu, were skilled astronomers who meticulously tracked the movements of the stars and planets. They believed that these celestial bodies held great power over human affairs, and they developed elaborate systems of astrology to interpret their influence. The Asipu and Asipu were not just astronomers, they were also healers, diviners, and exorcists. They used their knowledge of the stars and their connection to the divine to diagnose illnesses, predict the future, and ward off evil spirits. Their rituals often involved incantations, offerings, and the use of amulets and talismans. These practices demonstrate the close connection between magic, religion, and astronomy in ancient Babylonian culture.